We have Sarah Adler
Yeah.
and Lindsey Hardin. And Lindsey came in and I said, your face looks familiar. She did the usual, I've had you in class, of course. And so, ladies, you are here representing the Truck Patch.
That's right.
Which basically is a new business. How long's the Truck Patch been open? A year?
We actually had our year anniversary May 26th.
Okay.
So we're a little over a year. Still pretty young,
but you're basically where the old Ken's Pizza was.
Yep. Well, Pizza Inn.
Oh, I'm old enough. I remember when it was the old Ken's Pizza. We're 30 years ago. It was the old Ken's Pizza. But no. Okay, well, that's good. And what you have, because I have to have some clarification here, you have a watermelon social, but you assured me we're not going to be eating watermelon, really.
No, we're going to eat watermelon.
We'll eat it. We're going to have a contest. So tell me about
no race.
What is the social?
Go ahead.
So instead, it's kind of like an ice cream social, but instead of ice cream, we're going to have watermelon, and hopefully as much local watermelon as we can get, if the farmers have enough to bring to us.
Oh, they do.
And we're going to, keep it nice and cold and slice it up, and we're going to have the farmers there. We have little carts. We're going to give them each a cart where they can display their stuff they can bring in the basket of what they're growing right now. They can bring in business cards, and you can ask them questions, and you can get to know your farmer. You can meet the small local farmers in the area, and it's also a good time to ask them questions about their farm, ask them where it is, what can I get at your farm as compared to in our store, or like Bob's going to be there with his mushrooms, the mushroom farmer, and he has a ton of recipes for mushrooms. So it's a good opportunity to get straight from the source what to do with the food and new ideas for.
Well, if there's anyone out there who hasn't been in the Truck Patch, you guys do buy local produce.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've shopped there many times. You have a little cart and it will tell the name and where it's from.
Yeah.
Because what you have here is a T-shirt I'm going to hold up. We can see everybody. And this says locally grown, because you're talking about there's a movement.
There really is. Right now, it's across the United States. People, and I brought some of these books too, examples. I've read all of these books and many about our food supply in the United States. And the more you read and you learn about our food supply and what's in our food, you come to realize why it is so very important to buy local food and support local farmers. So we've got these shirts we're going to have available for sale, and they feel great, by the way.
Yeah,
they're really soft. It's got the state of Arkansas, locally grown, and just we're reaching out saying support your local farmers. We buy local produce, local meat, as much as we can. As a matter of fact, we're going to have watermelon. We're also going to have sausages. A local farmer we have that does pork, he makes sausages. He does lamb. He raises his own grass-fed lamb as well. He's going to have little lamb meatballs.
Sample.
So we're going to have all sorts of things.
Part of the movement, as they say, eating local is not just you have fresher, obviously.
Yeah, that's
fresher, but you also save energy.
Yep.
So you're not having the transportation, plus you're pumping money back into your local economy.
Your community. Sure.
So
exactly.
It's like a win-win-win-win-win situation.
It's just all over the board, good for everybody.
Yeah, and we have lots. I'm not going to ask you because you'll say, "How do I know, Sandy?" But we have lots of farmers. There's not a number. We have lots and lots of local produce coming out.
We do, and you've got the farmers at the farmers market. At the Truck Patch, we have quite a few farmers that go to the farmers market, and we also have a good number that don't.
Okay.
Just because rather they're not interested in going and sitting out there.
Full-time job.
They do other things like that. So we have lots of people that don't go that are really good to meet. But a lot of the meats and different things too, they don't go to the farmers market. But we have great local farmers that beef, lamb, pork, chicken. We've got some great
not
poultry
shut up with a lot of what is it, like antibiotics and all
right. They're not going to have antibiotics and hormones.
We check everybody out, and make sure. I mean, even we can go to the farm and look at their stuff and really see what they're doing.
Right.
So we give like a background check for everyone, and usually everyone we work with is real friendly, and they want to do it all natural, because if they get out there and they're spraying a bunch of stuff, then that's depleting their own soil. That's kind of ruining their own land.
And it's dangerous to them as well.
Right. They don't want to be out there mixing it up with all those chemicals themselves, so it makes more sense for them, for their land, and for their own health to do it natural too. So
well, also like I said, we want to remind people that the Truck Patch is what I call a health food grocery store. And if I've misspoken there, feel free to, because it does have a grocery store feel when you go.
Yeah, it is a full grocery store.
It's a full grocery store with the produce, and you've got a dairy section, you've got a meat, you've got frozen foods, and all that sort of stuff. Because those things are becoming more popular in America.
Right.
I mean, they're a national chains. You know, Whole Foods and
Right,
stuff, of course, are popular.
Sure.
But the idea that instead of finding like a little tiny section of health foods in your regular grocery store,
Right.
or whatever, you can go to a store and literally what you stock is a lot of gluten-free, I'm sure.
Yep, we do.
Yeah.
Organic. You know,
Lots.
Is all your produce organic, or some of it marked?
About 95%.
About 95%,
of what we
so it's
have.
all clearly marked.
Yeah, and it is. It's very clearly marked. What we have that isn't a lot of times is local foods, and it's not necessarily because they don't practice organic practices. It's just they haven't got the USDA certification.
Exactly,
So-
and you have to jump through hoops to do that.
Right.
So before we run out of time, what this social is open to public. You want
come.
everybody to come, and it's going to be. Is there going to be anything there besides watermelon?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, we're going to be serving some sausages, meat. We'll have other snacks and goodies out there, drinks. It'll be a lot of sampling of a lot of different foods.
And it's totally family friendly and family friendly. It'll be a fun event. You'll get to, you know, chill out with some watermelon and learn, you know, about what's going on right here in our community. So it's really a good community thing too.
So it'll be right there in the parking lot then?
In and outside the store.
We call it our
probably.
porch.
Yeah.
Your porch.
A little
and
awning
what's
there.
the date and time again? Make sure everybody knows
It
that.
is July 16th, which is a Saturday,
July 16th.
starting at 2 o'clock p.m. and going to 4 o'clock p.m.
Okay, so in the middle of the afternoon, it's nice and hot. And you also mentioned there, you guys have these books and stuff on sale.
We do. We have them available, and I would encourage anyone to read. You know, this is Animal Vegetable Miracle in Defense of Food. There's a couple different authors. You know, I could show anyone that came in, or any of us could. And I really think once you read any of these books, you're going to march right into our store, the farmer's market, directly to a farm, because you're going to realize that's where you need to be buying your food.
I read Fast Food Nation years ago, and I've never quite recovered.
I've read that as well.
Inspirational.
And so,
inspirational.
your store also is like, so it can come in with questions, and there's someone there available to answer your questions and say, you know, and of course there's what they call that the dirty dozen, that there are certain fruits and vegetables that really are worth, because organic is more expensive,
right?
And that really are worth the price.
Yeah,
and
it is. There's a couple that
anything you don't peel.
Yeah, there's a couple that really absorb the chemicals heavily, and just my little tidbit on organics though, they're really, when you do equate everything, the expense of industrial or conventional, organic is actually cheaper in the all around. It's just you pay for it in different ways.
You pay for it different. Well,
so
I like to buy the organic, and I buy the organic. My husband was laughing one time. I don't know if we can talk about. One time, there was on a wine list that said organic. He said, "All wine's organics. Anyway, what are you talking about?" You know, that sort of thing. We're like, woo! But organic is a big buzzword.
Yeah,
and things like that. And so that means no pesticides are used.
No pesticides. There's different things it means for produce and
no
for meat.
Genetically modified.
No genetically
and that's
modified.
a big deal anymore, whether people know it or not. A lot of your food has been genetically modified, which is not man-made, not in nature.
And that's why our meat is so pretty and red, because they shoot up with all that dye.
They've got good stuff in it
to make it look pretty. So the T-shirts are for sale.
Yeah, and we've got a couple different ones. That's just one. It's got our good old state of Arkansas on there. So.
Locally grown, and this is, let me get my glasses out, folks. You know how this goes here. Let's see. Locally grown, made in the USA.
Yeah.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching. It's got all kinds of stuff. Locally grown clothing. It says free range, grass fed, support local, locally grown. So that's good. And you've got books and information.
Yeah,
Watermelon's free from 2 to 4.
Yep.
July 16th, the truck patch. For those of you who haven't been in Mountain Home for 48 years like I have. It was Ken's Pizza a million years ago. Then it was the Pizza Inn for you youngsters. And now it is the Truck Patch.
Truck Patch, right next to North Arkansas Electric Cooperative. Or Deb's.
Kind of in front of where the old movie theater was. Okay? Which is now like a tile place or something crazy like that. Well, ladies, thank you very much. It's nice to see you again, Lindsey. And I visit the Truck Patch, and I will be back. Thank you so much for coming in. And stay tuned, because I jumped over Joanne. Joanne's going to be on here. Joanne, I have my glasses on. Joanne Spores with the Hill Country Art, and she was here to talk about gourd art before, and I'm sure she'll talk about a few more things like that. But today she's going to talk a little bit about painting. So don't go away, and we will come back back and we will visit with Joanne, then we'll visit with Candy, then we'll visit with Chris. So don't go away. We're having lots of fun, and we'll tell Dan we were just fine without him. Okay? Bye.